riding on a daydream.
Well, the storm is definitely here. It's 5:30 in the morning, and man, our power's gone out a few times. You can see the park has power, but the thing is it's done popped the breaker out here, so hopefully I can just reset the breaker and everything will be okay. But yeah, the wind has gotten really wicked here, and we've had lots of rain. Kind of being quiet because it's only 5:20 in the morning. We had to bring in the slide. The awning topper was getting beat up by the wind out here. We're going to have to dry this off. This is one of the reasons we dry it off. But the storm is definitely here. I don't know if it's still a hurricane, but it sure feels like it. And the wind is wicked. Yeah, we're definitely in the middle of all this. So just a little bit longer. Hopefully this will be all. So I'm sure a lot of you are at this point saying, well, I don't think I want awning toppers because of that wind. Let me show you a couple of things. Number one, what you see on top of here, and I know it's not coming out too well on camera, that's the amount of water that you would get every single time it rained, regardless if the wind was blowing or not. Now in this case, this is the first time ever since we've owned this RV that we have water on the roof to this extent, because usually the wind is not blowing it up in the RV like this. I mean, it blew it up into the roof underneath the awning. So I'm talking about the awning topper, the slide topper. It's usually dry. It's bone dry up here. It's usually a little bit wet in this corner, and that's about it. And normally, and this is the first time ever, we don't have any kind of debris. And again, I don't think you're going to see this on camera necessarily, but there's a few leaves up there. Again, that's due to the high wind blowing it up underneath the topper. So if you did not have the awning topper for the slide, or I should say the slide topper, the awning top, however you want to look at it, you would see this every time you put your slide in after you've been parked, and whether it be wet or leaves have been falling or whatever, it would look like this every time. It just so happens that this is the stuff that got blown underneath ours due to the fact that we're in a hurricane, or it may be a tropical storm now that we're over in Tampa with it, but you could even see worse than this. I mean, the awning still protected it quite a bit from whatever's out there falling. Here's the other thing that people are always giving me, I should say they're giving me crap about, but they've said, well, I don't understand, don't the rubber part of the slide, when you put it in, wipe it down? Well, this is what you get. You can see how much water, and again, I don't know how much is coming out on camera, how much water is on the slide, and all that's running down currently onto the floor. That's why before we put these things in, we always take our squeegee and we squeegee them off, because once we squeegee off the sides are dry, and the roof, because we have a topper on it, it's dry. all except usually just this little bit of a corner. And that has a lot to do with the fact that the slide is so close to the awning that retracts out over the doorway and the front part of the RV. The arms are so close that they have to take the awning topper mount and they have to move it this way. They have to move it further this way than they normally would. So it leaves a little edge exposed to water that normally falls direct down onto it. So whenever we put this in, or when we go to put this in, you know, we have some leaves that are down there that we got to clean up. And this water, I'm going to have to pretty much kind of dry off some of this, because this water is going to get trapped between the slide seal that seals off against this wall and the wall itself. So that cushion seal that's there and all this here is going to keep water trapped, unfortunately, until, you know, we get out of here and everything dries out again once the slide's out. So yeah, that's our 2 cents. But man, this wind is crazy. I told Heidi she got up now. I only slept a couple hours because of all this wind. I told Heidi, I said she wanted to go outside for her little smoke break, and she just stood there and she goes, maybe I'll wait. And I said, well, you'll be waiting for a long time. I told her just go underneath the tongue of the fifth wheel, or underneath the fifth wheel front end. I told her it's not that bad there because the wind's coming from behind us. But yeah, the storm is here and it's doing a number, that's for sure.
We finally got to put the slide back out. It's like 11 o'clock and we only had a little bit of water come in here, which is pretty good. Just on each side on the floor here. Just rain and a little bit of wind now. Lots of rain. It's been raining non-stop for sure since before 7 o'clock. So about 4 hours plus. So yeah, we'll pick it up here in a little bit. There's some stuff, debris out there. But we're doing good.
We're going to close this out. The reason is because the big fiery ball finally showed up. You can kind of see it. It's hidden out there. So the rain has been pretty consistent this whole time, and I don't know. Heidi's got my phone out, or her phone. We'll pull up the current map so we can show you what it looks like. The wind kicked back up again. Again, you can kind of see we're in our slide right now, but if she puts that in motion, we'll show you what it looks like. And it was doable. We knew that this would be an okay place to be at, so she'll hold it up there and let you see. Is it moving even?
It should be.
Yeah, it looks like it's moving a little bit. We're on the tail end of it.
Yep.
I'm sure there'll still be some bands that come through and we'll still have some rain and stuff like that. But it was a good place to hide out. We got to see some family. I think we're not doing any additional time here at this location or this side of the state because we, let me think, our family, they had a lot of obligations going on and they were going to try to sneak it all in, but added with the fact that the weather turned bad and there's some flooding and stuff in places, and it's inconvenient for them. So we'll meet back up with them because we're going to be back on this side of the state later. But in the meantime, this video is over. I cut it really short for you guys. This way you don't have to deal with those long, drawn out 20-minute deals that we've been doing, or 50-minute deals. Next video you'll see is us basically heading back over towards our spot for the winter, or at least until December. And yeah, that's back to the normal routine.
As always, we hope to see you out here. Bye.
Bye.